too late to love me. The girl who walked away am a child my parents adopted from an orphanage. They treated me well. Every night before bed I would pray, begging God not to send me back to the orphanage. Then Mum got pregnant with a baby. I hid under my blanket and cried all night, quietly packing the small suitcase I'd arrived with. But they didn't send me away. Instead, they treated me even better. The day my brother was born, Mom held my hand and gently stroked my head. Lily, now you'll have a little brother to keep you company. Dad lifted me above his head, spinning around happily. You're our family's lucky star, the most precious treasure to Mom and Dad. I finally stopped living in constant fear, thinking I'd truly become part of this family. Until that day, when my brother broke my beloved astronaut model. I got so angry that I pushed him. He stumbled and sat down on the floor, bursting into tears. Mum panicked instantly. She shoved me aside and pulled my brother into her arms, asking him over and over if he was hurt. Dad rushed over, gripping my shoulders and pinning me against the wall. His eyes were frighteningly red. Lily, after raising you all these years, you actually bully your brother? Believe it or not, I'll send you back right now. Nathan. Mom stopped him, and Dad's words remained unfinished. But I already understood. The kids at the orphanage were right. Children like us who were adopted once the family has their own kids will eventually be sent back. I was too foolish, thinking I'd be the special one. I bit my lip and said nothing, watching as Mom and Dad comforted my brother and left. The sound of the door closing was soft, but it landed on my heart like a stone, causing sharp pain. I thought I would cry, but my eyes were dry. Nothing came out. I just stood in the living room for a long time, then returned to my room and dragged out that small suitcase from under the bed. 5 years ago, I'd come to this home with that very suitcase. I was still very young then, too young to remember what the orphanage looked like. I only remembered Mom crouching down to look at me, her eyes bright, asking, "Would you like to come home with me?" I nodded, and she smiled, a smile more beautiful than anyone's at the orphanage. But just now, there was no smile in her eyes. When she left holding my brother's hand, she didn't even look back at me. Dad didn't either. I knew they must really be planning to send me back. Rather than wait for them to say it, I might as well take the initiative myself. That way at least, it wouldn't be too humiliating. I could tell the kids at the orphanage. They didn't abandon me. I chose to come back myself, though they probably wouldn't believe me. I gently brushed the dust off the suitcase, pulled open the somewhat rusty zipper, and began packing. I started with some clothes. My favorite pink dress, the sweater Mom knitted last year, and that slightly pilled red scarf. I folded them neatly and placed them in the suitcase. I didn't dare take too much, afraid they'd think I was too greedy. Then toys. I hesitated for a long time and finally took only 2 things: a grey stuffed rabbit and a plastic star necklace. The stuffed rabbit was what Mom had tucked into my arms on my first night in this home. She'd said, "Let it sleep with you and you won't be scared."